right, everyone. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Sunday Fix for the week of March 28th through April 3rd. This is episode number 24. 24, as in 24 hours. I don't know. My name is Stephen Robles. To my right,
we've got Josh Robles.
And to my left,
Lakeith Daniels.
Lakeith Daniels. How are you guys doing today on this Sunday day? Good.
And it's all right.
It's all right. What about you, Josh? I mean, you're alive.
I'm alive. I'm well.
Breathe in the oxygen. And there he goes. We are one man down.
Nah, I'm good. After this, we're planning to go to Disneyland.
To Disneyland.
Because it's Sammy's last day of, what is it?
Being a teenager?
Spring break.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I had a vacation 2 weeks ago. And lucky enough, I took it when there was no spring break, so I didn't have a bunch of stupid kids being like, "I'm going to go here and flood the whole city with my stupid kidness."
Yeah.
So I'm glad I took it that week. Luckily, we were not here last week because we decided to observe the day of Easter. So we did what we had to do with our families, and luckily for us, this week there wasn't too much to talk about. So I'm going to bring up what I was going to bring up last week, if it's okay with you guys.
And actually, last week we also did a game day with our friends.
Oh, that was last Saturday. Yes, that was quite fun too.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. We had a cooler full of tons of beer and
a cooler full of beer and a bunch of video games. Like we played Smash Brothers.
We
played some Mortal Kombat with a K.
With an XL actually.
Oh yeah, Mortal Kombat XL.
We played Call of Duty and that's it, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, 2K16.
Oh yeah, that was the
there was a 1v1. No, not a 1v1.
I don't know.
Somebody against somebody else. And that was pretty funny.
That's around the time I decided to leave. Oh no, I stayed a little longer because I played some more Call of Duty and I totally carried the flag for you guys. I totally won.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Yeah, I mean I was carrying the whole team on my back. Yeah. My back hurts from that still. So
your backside.
Yes, my booty because I got it.
All right.
Yeah, in reality, I got beaten back there pretty hard because I suck at that damn game. All right, so if you guys don't have much to say anymore, we'll get started with
let's get started.
The Wii U production is coming to an end. Yeah, according to Nikkei, a trusted Japanese newspaper, they reported that the Wii U production will stop by the end of 2016, most likely shifting more focus to the NX. Supposedly, Nintendo stopped producing some of Wii U's accessories already. So they already stopped producing, I don't even know what it is exactly, gamepad, it could be anything. The Wii Pro controllers or any separate stuff from it. And to me, it makes sense because the console obviously isn't selling much, right? And for all we know, they could have a crap ton of already made just sitting in a warehouse not being sold to places. Does that make sense? Is that something that companies would do? I mean... No?
I don't know. No.
Yeah, I mean, also, there doesn't seem to be much left in games, software that they're producing. You know, all we have left really is just Star Fox and, Paper Mario, and, of course, Zelda. But then the main thing people are saying is that, it's going to be a dual release, kind of like Twilight Princess was with the Wii and the GameCube. It's going to be, it's going to be on Wii U if you have it, and it's going to be on NX if you decide to get it. It'll be their...
Is it actually coming out on Wii U still?
Yeah, they've said it all. That's like one of the things they said about it the most is, yes, the game's still coming to Wii U. Don't vary.
That's stupid.
No, well, it makes sense because they promised this for Wii U owners. Every console generation so far has had a Zelda game. You know?
But I mean, if they're making something so epic with the NX, you know, why not just do it there? I mean, it's gonna be at the same level as the Xbox One, the PS4.
Yeah, but then,
you might as well release it there.
If you think about it, the people that
it's smart. I think it's smarter.
Well, yeah, but the people that bought a Wii U because Zelda's going to come out on it, I want a new Zelda game. The last one we got was Skyward Sword on the Wii, and it wasn't that great. But they promised us this thing that they showed us at E3. It looked epic, and I have a Wii and I'm ready for it. And if they drop the ball or the news that, hey, we're not putting it on Wii U, those guys are going to be really pissed off. And it's not that much more work. I'm sure they have. Maybe that's a reason why they decided to push the game back because they're doing dual things. They're working on one for the Wii U and they're trying to port it over to the NX. So they did need extra time, but they will still fulfill that promise.
I think I'm going to wait for the NX.
I'll see. It depends on what it is. I mean, what if the NX is like a an oven or something. Who knows? Whatever
If it's
it is.
an oven, I can still get it for the Wii U.
Nintendo did reply by saying that the article was, and I quote, an announcement from not an announcement from the company, and that they still plan to continue production through the next fiscal year and beyond. Now, the thing with that is that it's kind of hard to believe Nintendo when they've denied things like straight up in the past. They denied a price reduction on the Wii U, only to have it announced a few months later. Hey, we're dropping the price on the Wii U. Same thing with the 3DS XL. They weren't going to drop they said there wasn't an XL, or a new 3DS. No, just the 3DS XL. Mm-hmm. They totally denied it, and it ended up being true. You know. So, if they are telling the truth, then odds are production is gonna slow down a lot to satisfy the need to just replace gamepads or something like that, you know. So the way I see it, if they are cutting production, well, at least they'll still have a bunch of gamepads in case a gamepad breaks. It's not like, hey, my gamepad broke 2 years down the line. I'm sure they'll still have enough Wii U's because nobody bought the damn thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes sense.
That move makes sense. People are like, "Oh, you're giving up." And we're not going to trust Nintendo because they stopped making the Wii U. They stopped. Well, you know what? It's a failure. They're not making a fraction of what PS4 is making right now. That's what they expected to sell. They're not selling it. It's a dud. They dropped it. They dropped the ball there. So it's a smart thing to do, especially because the NX is coming out this year, supposedly. One minor story that I want to kind of talk about is the NX revealed before E3. This was a leak, apparently, but I wouldn't see this as a leak at all. Supposedly, some guy was saying that the NX is going to, or Nintendo's going to speak about the NX before E3, which to me is, it's kind of like, if they plan on releasing the NX this year, it's a no-brainer. The PS4 and the Xbox One, they all had their reveal before E3, so why wouldn't Nintendo do the same thing? And then just have E3 for the games coming out for NX, you know? So it's nothing big I want to talk about. It's just a minor thing. But I don't think it's a leak. I think of it more of as an educated guess, because it just makes sense.
That's actually a nice way of putting it.
Yeah.
PlayStation is offering the Awakening DLC for Black Ops 3. It's free till Monday, and also from that they're actually doing double XP and double XP on weapons. So. I thought that was pretty cool. It was nice.
It's happening this week as we speak?
It's happening this weekend,
tomorrow?
and it ends tomorrow. So
okay.
There for the few of you guys who don't know about this.
What comes in the Awakening DLC?
It's the map packs. The map packs,
okay.
The zombies. That's about it. I mean, I don't think you're going to get everything because you won't be able to keep like the guns or anything like that you get.
Oh, what?
No, it's just a
like a trial kind of thing.
Trial.
Like you try it out, and if you want it, you can pay for it.
You can pay for it. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds kind of like what Street Fighter V's doing, but we'll get to that in a bit. It's a sneak preview, but yeah, Street Fighter V's doing something similar to that, where you get something for free, and it's like if you really want it, you can pay for it afterwards, right? Is that how it is?
But the Awakening map pack is already out. It's already available, but the people who don't have it, they're saying, you know what? Okay, here, try it out just for this weekend.
Oh, so like if you bought a season pass for it, is that what it's?
No. People who have it got it, right? It was out like a month ago. Oh. So right now they're offering on PlayStation 4 this weekend only till Monday. You can play it for free, just for for the weekend.
See, I didn't know it was already released.
It's really I don't keep up with. You don't keep up with our podcast? I mentioned this before.
Well, sometimes things go right over my head. I can bring up similar things and it'll go right over your heads. Yeah, right in the balls.
Anyway,
that's where
that was kind of nice of,
Okay, do you own the Awakening DLC for that wonderful Black Ops 2 or 3? Excuse me.
I do not.
You do not? You do not?
I don't think he's ever bought. No. Maybe for free.
I don't really buy DLC. Yeah. Only for sports games or something I really want. Other than that, I'm kind of. Or unless I think I bought it the last time I purchased was Modern Warfare 3. I think.
If you play online and you don't buy it, can you still you won't be able to play it still, right? It won't be like
you just can't use those maps or those guns.
What it is you go into multiplayer. Mm-hmm. It'll have Awakening DLC in the bottom. You can go to it. It'll give you like a mosh pit, like different, or like you can't pick your you can't just play team deathmatch. What it goes, you'll go into that option and then it'll pick something for you. You'll play Hardpoint, you'll play Search and Destroy, Team Deathmatch, and then you'll play on the map packs, the Awakening map packs. Once it's over, it'll disappear.
But I'm saying if you don't own it, and we're not talking about this weekend, if you just don't own it, how do you prevent from like happening to just to play it online? Like when you play online, are you just sent to a certain like server or whatever that doesn't have?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You can't play in certain servers if you don't have the maps. But
gotcha.
when you go to matchmaking, it kind of pairs you, so you won't.
Okay.
It won't pair you with
just
a
making
map you don't have.
Just making sure you guys don't know. You guys know I don't play that much.
Yeah. So my point was it was free and it was nice of it.
Sorry, I just wanted to get more understanding of it, so I had to figure it out. Right. So I had to ask, but that's cool. That's cool. And it's tomorrow. And by the time you probably listen to this, it probably already ended, but still kind of cool. Did you? You already have it.
I have it. I haven't seen it past, so I don't have to worry about that.
Oh, cool. All right. On to the NX controller. Remember the controller that we looked at that looked really dumb? Looked like a little oval with no buttons and
little mirror?
Yeah, the rear view mirror. Yeah, well, that was a total lie.
Well, duh.
Yeah, the thing was a straight up lie. The original picture showed what was supposedly not photoshopped, right?
Right.
Well, technically true. Well, I think they could have used a program that wasn't Photoshop, but who knows? But whatever the case is, it was a digital picture. It was totally made digitally. There was a video that was made that showed how the image was created. And I sent it to you guys, and honestly, one of my favorite parts was they added Dumb and Dumber clips to it.
You sent it to me?
I sent it to both of you.
I didn't get it.
I'm going to look at my phone right now. I bet you $5 I don't have it.
Get it.
Look on the email.
Personal email?
Email?
Yeah.
To my personal email?
Yeah.
Really?
Not your personal email, because you're like, I don't check that. Send it to the Power Brick one.
No, I checked my personal email. I didn't see it.
Look,
the Power Brick is the one I don't have on this phone.
I sent emails. The first time I started doing this, I sent to that, and you're like, "Oh, just send it to the Power Brick one because I don't check my."
Well, it's because I had it on my other phone. Now I don't have it on this phone.
Yeah, so there was a video, and it showed that it was made digitally. More lies. Not too long afterwards, more pictures were uploaded that actually showed a physical, quote unquote, prototype that had dust and everything. It looked real, like it was actually there, and that. More people were like, "Wow, it's true. This. You're seeing it right there." Turns out the guy who created that was also fake. He used a 3D printer to create that same looking controller, like specs and everything. He used that video, that fake digital picture, and created an actual 3D model of it, made with just pure plastic. Yeah, I also sent that video to you guys too. One thing I'm going to say, I'm freaking glad. I mean, I kind of had an inkling that it's not real, but thank God it's not. You know?
Right.
What do you think? I mean, look at that disgusting looking thing. It's dumb. We're looking at a picture on the phone. Yeah, no buttons, no D-pad. I love the D-pad. Nintendo made the platforming genre. I'm sure they'll have more. You need a D-pad for that. It's so precise compared to an analog stick, right?
Right.
So... It's fake. What do you think, Squishbox?
Like I said, it's like a little compact for a woman to use to put on her makeup. That's pretty much what it is. The fact that this guy made a 3D prototype on it is actually pretty cool.
Yeah. He said, I believe he said he just wanted to trick the internet, and he even apologized, which I guess, yeah.
You know what? It's not easy to do that though. It's not that easy to trick people on the internet. You know, I mean, some people are not going to buy it. Some people are like, whoa, it's an actual...
It's easy to just post something and trick people that way, but to make something that doesn't exist is what's the hard part, especially something that looks really good. This guy went through a lot. This guy, he did the 3D printing. He had to, paint the thing itself, paint the plastic, make it look smooth. Then he had to paint with a certain type of paint on the screen to make it look shiny, you know? Right. And even the nubs... the quote-unquote nubs, which is just pure plastic that doesn't freaking move. He had to use like some kind of rubbery-looking paint over that. So it took days, and then and getting the specs right when you're putting it on the computer to get it print out that way, I'm sure took a long time. Because it's not like you were told what it is. No, he had to look at the picture, he had to analyze, he had to just get everything perfect.
Honestly, if I were to go to my garage, I can't make that. I'd have to buy all that and.
Oh, and then this is a 3D printer, so those things are expensive,
right? So I can't make it. I can't make it.
And even then, I think that 3D printer he uses as part of his job. So he took the extra time to just do it on his free time and have that printed out and made out, and it's really cool. It gets really in depth. They use lasers and all that. So, although because that controller came straight from a Nintendo patent, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are not pursuing something in that direction. I'm just hoping it's not the NX controller. Nintendo said they want to spread out and do a bunch of different things. Maybe that thing that what's it called? That patent was made for a certain reason. That's something completely outside NX, or maybe that something has to do with NX, but it's just not the controller. So
it's inside. It's the motherboard.
Dumb. So yeah, thank goodness that thing is not officially the controller. And who knows? Maybe that is a controller. Small chance, but
we all said it 2 weeks ago. We hope not.
It better not be. Moving over to Sony. Again, this is 2 weeks ago, guys. So if you heard this stuff and you're like, why are you talking about this? We didn't talk about it. And this is stuff I want to talk about. So kiss my butt. Anyways, I love you guys. Sony is ready to dive into mobile games. Just like Nintendo, Sony has decided to get into the mobile games market, specifically iOS and Android. On April 1st, Sony's new mobile studio they called ForwardWorks will open its doors. At the moment, the games are being developed for only Asian countries. So these games, it's not even out. They just opened the studio. They're just going to start making the games, but it's not supposed to come out in, at least at the moment, outside of the Asian countries. Japan, China, which is the brand new market that just recently opened because they just allow video games and stuff like that to open. So don't expect anything soon. No word on what the games are or what IP they will use, but it's interesting that they're gonna go outside of their PlayStation or even their cell phone games. It's just open out to anybody who has a cell phone. They're gonna make games for it. Any thoughts on that? Like what Nintendo's doing, obviously Nintendo took that first step, and they made Miitomo, which we will talk about later. But they did also say they're going to get out games that are not just
it's kind of like universal apps.
Yeah.
That's what Microsoft has later this year. Kind of like that, or what do you mean?
No, not just apps, games.
Yeah, that too. They have that too.
So
Microsoft Studios,
free games or purchase?
Well, we don't know yet. That's all up in the air right now.
It just depends on the developers, really. I mean,
this is Sony's developers, not third-party developers for Sony consoles. This is Sony themselves.
I got you.
Yeah. So they're making games outside of the PlayStation brand, outside of all that stuff.
You know what? I think it's going to be a free thing, honestly, because it's like they're going to take a chance. Like, it's kind of like a hit or miss type of thing.
They're testing the waters.
Yeah, because the developers of Angry Birds, for instance, free, but people took a liking to it, so they took it further. They're making videos. They're on Netflix now. I know it's in purchase, but it's like they're making a lot now. Lego's making.
Yeah, well, they made a good game,
right? And
they started it for free. And the way they got money from that is that when you get a free game, there's so many what are they called, advertisements, and that.
I think that's. I mean, yeah,
and that's right. That's a good way to go. And the more they throw advertisements on you, the more you're like, I'm so sick of this. I don't want these things. And then they offer okay, we'll pay $1 or $2 and just get the
advertisement
ad-free version, and you get money that way. And then there's the in-app purchases you get for whatever. I don't know how, I forgot how Angry Birds works, but I'm sure they had in-app purchases.
Right. The only reason why I put Angry Birds on here is because I just downloaded Part 2, and graphics are just got went from here to way over here. Yeah. It's pretty badass, and how much it's changed. I mean, they did the Star Wars, but you had Angry Birds 1, and now it's Part 2, and it's like a continuation of because Sammy watches the little 5-minute cartoons, and they have new characters and new bad guys or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, they're filling up their universe because they went that far. They got that far. They were able to do it.
When I saw this, I was like, hey, this looks pretty cool. And he was on his iPad, and he's like, "Oh, I want to download it. So he downloaded it. So now you can see videos. You can you purchase the new birds or whatever.
Right.
And it's like,
yeah. See, that's
my point of all this rant is I'm hoping.
This isn't a rant because rants are usually bad. This is
oh well, not bad. I guess not a rant, but my whole.
What you get at your point is
my point is that I'm hoping it's going to be free, and then it's like going to be this. It's going to be the same thing. Hey, you don't want advertisement? Well, buy the game.
Yeah, or they can make money. There are some games that cost like $2, $5, $15, and those are still acceptable. And using whatever IP that Sony is well known for, or for some reason they create this new IP that's just like it's taken the world by storm just by the way it looks. They can still make they can still sell and make money off of it, and you have the millions and millions and millions of people that have either an Android or an iOS device. So that small amount of money will add up quite a bit.
So in the end,
and on top of that, like you said, they sell characters and stuff, right?
Right.
That's how you make more money off of it,
right?
You know.
So in the end, I'm hoping there's going to be that free. Mind you, people, I'm not free. I'm not all about free, but free is nice sometimes. And then then again, I don't mind buying an app or two, which I have, So that's where I'm hoping it goes. Towards the free and the purchase,
which I'm sure they're going to do.
I'm actually kind of excited about now.
Yeah, mobile games have been around for a very long time, or they got really popular and it's been popular for quite a while. And I'm sure they've observed and they've seen how everything's going, all the, all the stuff that they do already, and they've looked at that and they have an idea of what they're going to do. Now, what I want to know is, what are they going to do? What are they going to use? What type of game is it going to be? Because with Nintendo, with what they said, they're going to make 5 games featuring 5 different IPs. We didn't know what to get. We didn't know what to expect. And then all of a sudden, they dropped this bomb where it's like, it's Miitomo. And we're like, this is the game? Luckily, no. It turns out this is something aside from it. So maybe Nintendo or Sony will do some kind of app as well, like Nintendo. Who knows?
We'll see.
So, point is, they've all been watching, especially the console or whatever, have been watching, the developers have been watching and seen the trends and all that, and they'll take that knowledge and who knows what they can make. I'm sure they'll start off with something kid-friendly that will also attract adults, just like Miitomo. It looks very kid-friendly and dumb, but that game has attracted quite a bit of adults and stuff like that. So that's their way to start. Introduce something to everybody, So we're not. I don't expect anything rated M like Uncharted or Nathan Drake is on a endless runner adventure or anything. No, it might be something like Ratchet and Clank or Jack and Daxter. Who knows? Right. So yeah, look at that. Look at how the video game industry is moving. Oh, not just consoles anymore. Because what?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's not just consoles because PlayStation, Xbox and Windows 10, they're one thing that are PC together, all that stuff. And
they each have their own.
They have an ecosystem outside of consoles.
Right.
So, and now phones. Were you going to say something?
Yes, I was say since we're on the subject, this week Microsoft unveiled, they call it UWP, Universal Windows.
Yeah, we spoke about that before.
Yeah. So he made a statement as far as now the Xbox, you can have it unlocked. So basically, it's like a development project. So like, let's say if you sign up to be a developer, how on your phones, well, if you have a Windows phone, you have preview for developers. You can be a developer and make apps and all that. I kind of got halfway through making an app and never went back. So It's been like 2 years. So you can unlock your Xbox, so you can actually test out apps and games and it's for any developers, no matter big or small. Yeah.
So you can have like your whatever development program you have, your development program, make a game,
and you can run it on your Xbox.
Holy
to see
crap!
How you like
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't find anything like that this week.
Yeah,
that's freaking amazing.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you can make your game and see if it'll work or see how it works on your Xbox 360 as an indie developer, and then go right to Microsoft and be like, "Hey, I got a game," and then go through the whatever process they go to and put your game up that way.
If that is your choice, yes.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
It's really cool. I'm glad they did that.
So the fact that people like different companies are
apps and
offering,
games, so.
The fact that your different companies offer certain things, like it's nowadays it's It's amazing.
Yeah, well, that's what they have to do now, because our consoles so far are going to be very similar to each other,
Right.
and so you want to offer different incentives and be the first to offer this to people. That way you can sell not just your console, but just your product for your company.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So it's the fact that whoever offers something first, it's like, well, you beat your opponent or whatever.
Yeah.
However you want to put it. The way I see it is that Sony Microsoft put this in order for you to do your own app or game or whatever, and being able to, hey, take a look at it. The way I see Nintendo is now they're offering apps. I think what stood out for me the most was the whole Mario Maker thing. They offered, hey, you know what? Go ahead, build your own world and see how it looks, and to me that was pretty amazing.
And my hope is that they continue that platform, that Mario Maker platform. It doesn't just stay on Wii U. It moves on to whatever comes next. Right. Or maybe eventually be like, hey, we have a Mario Maker app. You can make Mario levels on your app, and that'll be transferred over to the main thing where you can play it on your Wii U or NX or whatever the hell they're going to do later on.
Yeah.
See, that's what they have to do nowadays. And it's funny because what used to be that thing, that whole you need this, it's like graphics used to do that. That's what would sell you to our product. Graphics used to do this, or just games. Right. Now it's like, we can get these games for anywhere now, so we need to sell us on other things to get us on your platform. So like he brought up with the whole developing on Xbox One. If you want to develop on Windows and have an Xbox One, well, there's a good reason you want to get an Xbox One.
It'll also open doors if this company makes games for a cell phone, so they want to make a game for a console, but they don't have that. They don't want to pay money to do that. Then they can have an Xbox and test a game and make a game. And maybe it becomes something big.
Yeah, that's really cool. All the things that are just coming up nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they have to make it because things are.
Yeah, it would be at a standstill if they didn't do that, because things are so similar to each other. These consoles are so similar. Right. And they offer very similar things, so you have to open doors and be like, okay, well, add this. So it benefits us all. Look at that. All right. The last thing I want to bring up about this whole PlayStation mobile stuff, one more thing I have is that along with that announcement about ForwardWorks, the Sony studio that does mobile games, along with that announcement, they announced a change of the Sony Computer Entertainment name, the CSE. Mm-hmm. That name is now changed to Sony Interactive Entertainment. So, very small change, but it's official. It's not SCE, it's SIE. So, it came along with that. So, I thought I'd mention that. Sticking with the PS4 and the Sony, I have more stuff, supposedly, about the PS4.5 or the PS4K. Digital Foundry, that's Eurogamer.net, that website's trusted technical analysis branch. They can confirm that the PS4K is real and that Sony's R&D labs, their research and development labs, have had prototype devices. It's being said that the updated console will be able to play non-interactive Ultra HD media in many forms, or that form in 4K, but not games. So it'll be able to play or show shows or whatever streams in 4K or Blu-rays to play in 4K, whatever.
So it'll convert it to 4K, or you just have to have the 4K Blu-ray or movie, or will it convert like a 4K, like an up converter almost? It'll play those 4K compatible whatever it is, except games. At this point, as far as you know, it won't be games won't be in full 4K. Maybe not full, but sub 4K or whatever. Or they'll like whatever, they'll blow it up, whatever. Though speculation, the reason they believe that this is the reason why you can't play games in 4K is that the chip maker that made the current PS4 chipset is working on an updated chipset that, even though it's twice as powerful, still isn't capable of producing highly detailed 4K games. What if they'll sell it separately? You can install it yourself.
What?
The chipset.
That'd be like a PC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then that'll be a PC. Well, I don't know.
I mean, you can still upgrade the ones you have, open them up, and do different things than the ones you have now. But I'm just.
But that's not standard, right? You still kind of have to go around.
Yeah. Standard as far as, do you want to do this? Because it voids your warranty. But if you think about it, your warranty's over in like a year anyways.
Yeah.
So it's up to you. I see people open them all the time and do all kinds of crazy stuff to them. So. But it'd be cool if they offer that as a package, you know.
So you'd be down with that to like modify your consoles?
I mean,
because it's pretty much a PC right there, right?
It feels like buy a new console, or you pay $150 for the upgrade kit. I just put the upgrade kit and install it myself. Why buy a new console for $400, $300?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Or maybe
that makes sense to me. But something that a lot of people don't like about that is that I bought a PS4 or Xbox One, so I don't have to play around with that. I shouldn't do that voice because that's I'm making fun of them, but it's like they bought a PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, but that's
so that they don't have to upgrade and do stuff like that, because that's total PC territory. If they wanted a PC, they'd buy a PC.
The option's there though. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's the option. If you have the option, I mean, some people would say yeah, other people say no. So it's just optional.
I'm all for that. I'm kind of leaning more towards if you can have a small incremental upgrade for a cheaper price and buying a whole new console, exactly. that makes sense. But then people would be like, oh, well, you're blocking us out who don't want to have to do that, because the games obviously can't. They're not compatible with each other.
I mean, still offer the console, but then offer an upgrade kit for the people who dare to go in and install it themselves. Just kind of have it both ways.
And then an argument is, well, I want that game too, but this game was made with the upgrade in mind. Yeah. So people that don't have that won't be able to play that. And
I get it. I mean, but then they'll either need to upgrade or buy a new console if they want to play it. It's kind of like going from a PS4 to a PS3 to PS4. It's like, let's say there's a game on PS4 they don't make it on PS3. Well, I want that game. Right. You got to go buy a new console.
Right, but PS4 and PS3 came out years and years apart, very far away. This upgrade is going to be, or if they start doing that, it's going to be much sooner than 7 years or 6 years, Yeah. And that would be a problem for some people. And that's kind of their dilemma. I understand both sides. I'm more on the side where it's like, hey, I don't mind upgrading because it's a lot less than you're going to get, for a brand new console. But, it's right then and there. If it's going to look better, So that's the problem with that, Can you see that? Can you understand that?
I get what you're saying. I mean, I get it, but I mean, you got to think about it from the standpoint of the companies Microsoft and Sony. I mean, people said that for years. They've always been saying that, but it's kind of like either you buy the new system, you want to get this game. I mean, there's so many people who's willing to buy it. It kind of doesn't really. There's no argument for the people who say, "Oh, I don't want to buy a new console just for this game."
Well, I feel that it's like 50-50, or maybe even more than 50-50. But I feel there are still a big chunk of people that don't want that bought a PS4 expecting that PS4 to last for years and years.
Yeah, but I mean, nowadays you can't look at your phones. You can't expect your phone to last for over a year just because there's so many new processors and everything, just upgrading everything. So I mean, before, console 7 to 10 years, okay, but now it's kind of like I was thinking maybe 3 to 4 years, maybe even 5 at the most.
Okay,
the console will last.
Okay, so say they do the sole PS4.5 or the new Xbox 1.10, whatever 1.5. Say they do start doing that, and that releases this year, and it's like, okay, if you want to start adding incremental upgrades to your console as it comes, you're gonna have to buy that console brand new at full price again, just to have the ability to do that. That's another like $400, $300 for that. That'll be a pain in the butt to do.
To buy a new console.
Definitely. That allows all that, and then you'll get the 150 small update that you could just replace.
So I was talking about whether you can update the console you have now. That's what I'm saying.
Well, see, this is on the 4.5. This is a supposedly brand new console.
I get it. Yeah.
So that's also a hurdle you have to kind of jump through to just start doing that, to have that cool idea. Move on.
Make them compatible. Yeah.
So it's like that's another bit of money. That's kind of a tough sell, right? I mean, you just bought a PS4 and you expect it to last forever. Say you bought one today. It's like, cool. I didn't know about this because it's not news. This is just. The small amount of people know, and then a couple months later, hey, we have a PS4.5. It's upgraded already, but it's upgradable. It's kind of like, really?
I felt like a smart.
And then some of these games you can only play these games because these are updated chips, and that's all I can Or that would mean the developer for a very long time would have to make 2 separate ones, and that's costly on the developer. Yeah. So that's the whole problem with that idea.
But it looks like we're going to have to buy new consoles soon.
Pretty soon. That sucks. So you're saying we just have to bite that bullet and just
start saving?
Yeah. I
like to see how things function, how it works, different processors. I like to to scope it out and actually have some time with it, and then I can make the decision if I want to spend the money on it. But I mean,
yeah, but that's you. And then there's a lot of different people that just don't. That's why they bought consoles. A complaint is, or something that's very common is, hey, I bought a console, so I don't have to deal with these upgrades all the time.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like the console, they'll have the new one. Or I mean, you got to have some just check it out before you just jump in and buy it. Because what if it's not really worth all the money? Yeah. You know, how in the beginning they all have the hype price, and then after you wait, 6 months, and you can get it for a good price, decent price, anyways.
Josh, you've been a little quiet on the subject. Do you have anything to add to that before we move on? Because
let's move on.
Move on. Okay. All right. So Street Fighter V got an update this week. The much anticipated March update is to be released. It actually just released this past week,
March 30th.
Yeah, in 2 separate packages. The first one released on March 28th, and the second one released March 30th. Now, the first update had, and I'm going to be reading straight from the release, a challenge, or the challenge mode. Demonstrations, the ins and outs of Street Fighter V through helpful demonstrations and tutorial content, which apparently they didn't have before, I guess. Wow, that sounds like something they would have already. It contains contents for each of the 16 characters, as well as advice geared towards players of all skill levels, like beginner tutorials, intermediate, advanced, so on and so forth. Trials are also a new thing that got added. Put your skills to the test, to the ultimate test with combo trials for all 16 characters, ranging from to basic to bro combos. Wow, I can't speak. Completing these trials will also earn you some more fight money. You know where that's from?
FM.
My fight money. It's Balrog. Whatever. I laughed at that in my brain. Online rematch option was also added. Hey Josh, were you salty from a close loss online? Want revenge? Well, now you can play a 2 and 3 set in ranked match and casual matches, provided both players accept the rematch. Was that ever a problem for you?
Hey, yeah.
You don't seem like it doesn't seem. No, it's not true. I don't know. Well, that's a cool thing to have. I guess there wasn't a rematch option. Whatever. Battle Lounge improvements also. Enjoy up to 8-person lobbies, complete with match spectating. And finally, finally on this one, bug fixes and gameplay balancing. Various game bugs have been fixed, along with minor gameplay balancing. For more details, please see the previous post.
Sound like the guy in kids commercials.
That's what I was going for. It's those announcers that want to get you into the mood. It's Nerf or nothing.
Sunday.
Grave Digger. Tickets are only $10. Children and old people are allowed, and there's tires flying everywhere.
Old people are allowed.
What I'm looking for from all this is the Guile and the Balrog release.
They're out yet?
No, they're not going to be out later to this year.
All right,
that's what I'm looking for.
Well, here's something. Maybe this will wet your whistle till that happens. The second update, which released on March 30th, Alex plus related story character story content will be free as a trial period until Zenny, which is what the money that you pay for. That's what it's going to be known as. So Alex and the related story content will be available for free until the payable online or in-game money is available. Also, the in-game shop will finally be open, or finally has been opened. Fight money expenditure. Spend your hard-earned fight money to purchase extra game content, such as DLC characters, which go for 100 fight money each. 100,000 fight money each. And the story mode costumes, which are 40,000 fight money each. The option to buy these things in store with real money won't be available from the start, but will be as soon as it's ready. That's what Zenny is. Can I talk about the name Zenny for a second?
Sure.
It sounds dumb. Zenny. What does that even mean? Is it like yen, but with a Z and you add E to it? Yenny Zenny. That's Japanese money? No? Yeah. So once that's released, once they release the ability to buy currency, the Alex / costume / story stuff will be taken away from you, and you have to pay for it with real money. So until it's kind of like that whole it's a test to see if you want it, but it'll be free until the Zenny is available. If you're a season pass user, you'll be given access to premium costumes and the ability to keep everything you got for free. So if you got Alex for free, you'll be able to keep that for free. If not, pay with Zenny. Zenny. Also, a free brand new stage will be available to you in the future. Finally, as a thank you to everyone who put up with the beta phase of the game's launch, you'll be given a free Ryu and Chun-Li story mode costume.
Yay!
It's an 80,000 fight money value for free.
Yay!
So
alternate costumes for Ken, Alex, Vega, Zangief, and quite others are available now, right?
I thought I thought Guile and Balrog. You said Guile, right?
No, alternate costumes.
I thought they weren't available though. I thought they're not out yet.
No, for Ken, Alex, Vega, Zangief, and
oh wow, I thought you said Guile. I believe so. Yeah, in the store, which you can buy. You can buy with fight money.
Fight money.
So yeah, if you guys play a Street Fighter V, which I don't, Josh, we still haven't done. We both still haven't gotten together and play online.
I haven't played it.
So, do I have your permission to just trade the game in and just get something different?
Oh, you
Mortal
still
Kombat
have
5?
I thought you traded it already.
No, I wanted to wait so I can play with Josh online.
Oh, you can if you want. I'm not too happy with it.
Okay, cool. Then I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm done with Street Fighter V. Done. I said it right now. I'm done with it. I'm going to play Mortal Kombat XL because I had way more fun with that.
That was fun.
Because I don't have to fucking play online all the time.
And you got fatalities.
And I got fatalities, and then you go into the crypt and you can buy stuff that way. Mm-hmm. It's rad. And then you have the horror film guys.
Yep.
Way better value. I'm sorry, Street Fighter. You dropped the ball. With me, anyways. It's still quite popular-ish. Mm-hmm. So, moving on. Xbox games for Gold for April was confirmed. On Xbox One, between April 1st and the 30th, you'll get The Wolf Among Us for free. Look, will you be downloading this for free?
I will not.
You will not? Okay, what about Sunset Overdrive, April 16th through May 15th? Will you be getting that for free?
I played a little bit of it. It was okay. I didn't get into it. No.
So you wouldn't download it just for free?
No, why waste my space? If I'm not going to play it, no, I won't download it.
That's up to you. And
I played it when it came out. On one of when it came out the white console and all that. It was okay, but it's just not my thing. So I was it's all right.
And that's a total legitimate reason. You don't want to waste the space. And even when you just download one of the free games, you pretty much get your worth out of the game subscription service anyways.
Yeah.
So if it's not for you, well, that's not for you, which is all cool. If I had an Xbox One, which I will never have, I would try to Sunset Overdrive. It looked really colorful and fun.
Yeah, it was a cool game.
It looked cool,
bouncy.
Not,
it kind of got bored.
But that's old news because that game came out at the launch of the system, which was 2013, right? Mm-hmm. Almost 2 years ago. These consoles are almost 2 years ago. Look at that. Oh yeah, that's it. That's it for that because I started typing down the Xbox 360 ones, but I probably thought, what's the point? Who owns a 360 nowadays? Finally, the last thing I want to talk about today is a new thing that Nintendo launched for the first time on mobile. Nintendo released an app, a game. This is called Miitomo. It finally launched outside of Japan on the 31st of March. Japan has already had this thing for about 2 weeks before we got it. And you know what? Nintendo kept their promise. They released the game in March. The last day of March, because it happened to land on a Thursday, which is probably what their plan was. And my guess for the reasoning for that is that Japan was their test place, right? Any bugs or anything that they noticed that happened when they were live that they found in Japan, well, at least it wasn't out in the West where there's a lot more people. So there's a reason for that. But anyways, Miitomo, for those of you who don't know, is Nintendo's new app that allows you to use your Mii to answer questions so that your friends can hear it with the Mii's hilariously awkward voice. Josh, I know you're quite fond of the hilariously awkward Mii voice. You yourself have a hilariously awkward voice.
Yeah. Let's take a listen.
Okay, Josh, tell me something.
I'd say step off my wife, bitch. Let's just hope it never comes up.
That was an answer to what question? Give us context. What the hell is that? Who are you telling to step off? It better not be your wife.
Well, the question was, hang on.
Hey, as far as siblings, Rissa said she has. I have 4. 2 sisters and...
Well, off the bat, we can tell that the shit's kind of...
What's something funny that's happened to you recently?
To me?
No, to me.
Oh, I don't know.
You're talking to me.
Okay, well that's if you want to hear the Mii's voice, that was his very creepy. I'm looking at you through binoculars through a candy van. Creepy. You can also dress your Mii and take stupid but great pictures using the camera's functionality, which I've seen quite a few hilarious pictures. I saw this weird picture of the Mii which looked naked, and somehow they found a way to cover up the the penis area, and it said something funny. I think it was like in Donald Trump's mouth, and Donald Trump had like anime eyes on it. It was the weirdest but funniest thing. There's also a Miitomo drop game that lets you drop a friend into a Pachinko style type of game to get clothes that are unavailable in the shop. The clothes featured will change periodically. You get friends by linking your Facebook and Twitter and whoever you have, whoever's your real life friend, or in the case of Twitter, whoever follows you back. If they also have a Miitomo downloaded, you can befriend that way. Josh, you and I have been using this app for a while. What are your initial thoughts on it so far?
Podcasting with Steve and Lucky, talking about games and news. Huh.
Thanks, Josh. That was very informative and very creepy.
It's kind of funny. It's the fact that when you're introduced to your Mii, right? And hey, I'm me. Well, I'm you, and blah blah blah. You know, it's like, that's the tutorial, whatever, the introduction, and it's funny because my thing is you get to hear your Mii talk,
right?
You get to hear yourself talk,
yeah,
in the creepy voice.
From your answers that I've listened to on Miitomo for a couple of first days, that was one of the first things that came out, was that you liked that you could hear your dumb Mii voice.
Yeah,
you know,
that's funny. I mean, it doesn't pronounce or enunciate a lot of the stuff,
which is also funny.
Funny.
It's awkwardly funny because you're thinking one thing, you're expecting it to be one way, but it says it in a dumb way, and if someone else hears it, it's like, what the hell? It's funny but awkward.
Yeah. So what I do is I figure that out pretty quickly. So what I do is I what's the word?
Oh, kind of like you take a word and you spell out.
Like if I put Laki, it's not going to say.
It'd be like Lakai or Laika. Yeah, because if it doesn't know a certain word, it's just going to use the letters.
Use the letters.
Like when I try to type out ew, it goes EWWW. That's funny. Ha ha. So yeah,
it's fun.
You find your way around it. So it's like if you're trying to say like pendejo was one that you figured out. You spelled it out. What was it Pay or
Day Hoe?
Yeah,
because it knows what a hoe is.
But it figures out that for some weird reason it just figures out that that's how I'm going to say it.
So I mean it's a social media type of thing, you know. It's very small,
yeah.
Very small. But you go on Facebook or you go on Twitter or wherever it is. You sign in through there, and then from there you add friends, and then you talk. You dress your Mii. And
do you mind stopping?
Oh, sorry,
I'm getting lost in the song.
You're getting lost in the song.
Sorry.
So it's kind of cool. I mean, I thought it was cool.
So from what you got out of it for the first couple of days, it's and so far you're still.
I'm still playing it. Right? I play it every day. I go on. Play it. I go on it. Whatever.
Yeah.
You feel you can call it. I mean, I go on it every day, and I check. I like to earn my little coins and stuff, and I haven't spent mine, so I have like 10,000.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, your Mii asks you questions. We should have done this before, but your Mii asks you questions, and you answer it. It'll be random stuff like one of the first ones was, "What's your favorite bread?" And it's like, what the frick kind of question is that? What's your favorite bread?
Okay.
But whatever, you can take that question and answer it in a really funny, dumb way, and then when your friends, who you're friends with, they go and they see it, and it can actually be kind of funny.
That's how you start a chat or whatever. It's like you'll go on, and then your Mii will ask you another question, and then from there you'll stop that, and you go from another one. If it's funny, you'll keep going, and it's just it's pretty cool.
So for that idea, it's a pretty cool idea, and as a core idea, I feel it'll grow a little dull, but I feel what Nintendo's doing with this app specifically is they're gonna open it up more, add more features to it. This is just the first. It hasn't even been out for a week yet. So what I'm hoping is that they're gonna add stuff to it, like they do with Splatoon. They kind of did like weekly free updates or something like that. They're just gonna add more stuff to do besides asking and answering questions and then taking hilarious photos, which you haven't done yet.
I haven't done yet.
Which is also
what I've been doing more and more focus on is just like the missions, the little missions that I do that. I know the pictures is part of the missions, but I've been answering questions and liking this and liking that and answering questions and follow-up questions to for people. So I mean,
and then you get more from changing into new clothes every day, just buying new stuff. Which I hope they add like officially licensed stuff to it. Like what if eventually you get like Nike licensed
I think
clothes?
They're gonna, because they had you got your little free Mario hat and you can add that, and I'm sure they'll do their thing first, and then as time progresses, I'm sure you'll get like a Nike thing.
I'm open for like band T-shirts too. That'd be freaking awesome. Like if Metallica, if they're like, hey, Metallica, can we?
The way I see this avatar type of thing, is kind of like on the Xbox. You can dress your avatar, and the way I had my avatar, or from the last time I played on mine, is like I had the Call of Duty shirt on. I had, I used to wear a lot of camo shorts.
Yeah, which is available on the Me store. You can get camo
that's
shorts.
what I'm gonna get. So, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's an app. I'm hoping they add more interesting things instead of just.
Which I'm sure they will.
Yeah,
this is just. Again,
I mean, if you can play games or whatnot.
Yeah.
Through it.
Yeah, exactly.
People, then it's gonna catch more of the.
See, and that was my thinking too. I was like, man, I want them to add more, but then I have to kind of hold myself back and be like, they're still trying to get people on this.
Right, I've held myself back.
Yeah,
and I'm just kind of like
not going too harsh.
Right. I mentioned it to my wife, and she was pretty excited about it. And she was like, "Oh, this is pretty cool."
Yeah.
And, every night we go to sleep, it's like, and it's dark, and the light. I can see her light on, and. Like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm just answering questions. Give me a second.
When is your favorite time to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, so it's cool. I mean, it's a neat little app.
Yeah, it's a really fun time waster because I found myself like I've been on it for half an hour, but it did not feel like that at all. Sometimes.
The longest I've been on it is about 15 minutes. That's what I do every day. 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I'll go
in the toilet.
Yeah, either in the toilet or.
Well, cool. Yeah. When it first came out, I was
good. Toilet games are always good.
When it first came out, when I was on my breaks, that's all I did. Like I always take my 3DS to work and play on it, play during break. But I didn't touch my 3DS all week. Still, I really barely touch it because when I do go on like my handle or something, I just go straight to Miitomo right now because it's. You answer questions, you dress yourself up, and it's fine.
And I get the notifications too. So
yeah, that's another thing.
It's like, and you know what? The funny thing about it is that I've never heard it, but if you have your volume all the way up, you hear what it does, and it scares the crap out of me.
What do you mean? The last thing before we move on,
the notification, because normally I have my phone on vibrate, but I had my phone like on the sound, and I was in like my break room at work, and I'm just sitting there, just waiting for my break to end, and a guy comes in and. It says whatever it says, it does, and it scared the hell out of me.
What does it do? I've never. My phone is always on silent.
It was some funky noise. I don't know. You got.
It's a Miitomo thing only.
It's a Miitomo thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy crap! I want to try that after the podcast. Be sure to send me something.
I'll do something. Cool. It scared that because I had it on high, and I'm sitting there, and the break room's just quiet, and I had turned off the TV and just kind of looked at my phone and did it, and I'm like, holy crap, what the hell was that?
All right, and then My Nintendo, the final thing we're going to talk about here. My Nintendo also released it's Nintendo's new loyalty program after Club Nintendo totally got defunct. Basically, what you do is you get two different types of coins, right? One coin is a platinum coin, and that you get by fulfilling certain missions, which you kind of brought up earlier, but I'll get to that. Or you can get gold coins, which you get by buying games on the eShop digitally. With these coins, you can get rewards. At the moment, it's really only getting a certain percentage off of games, or just free games entirely. Like for example, you can spend, I think it's 1,000 or platinum coins, and you can get WarioWare Touched for free on your 3DS. Nice. Or you can get Legend of Zelda Picross, Twilight Princess Picross, small game for 3DS, but also pretty much for free just by fulfilling missions on Miitomo and just the My Nintendo website. If you get the gold coins, you can get stuff like percentage off games. So I saw you can get Wind Waker for like a certain percentage, like 15 or 30% off if you collect as many gold coins. And you get more gold coins by getting like purchasing a $70 a game. It'll give you quite a few gold coins. So you basically you spend money to get more money back.
Right.
Which is a cool thing, which again, I only hope they can expand on. But so far, for just being out not too long, it's kind of a cool thing. I haven't redeemed anything yet because I'm just letting it build up.
And that's exactly what I'm doing.
And then I haven't bought anything on the eShop yet either. So those percentage off, those certificates, whatever the fuck they're called, I haven't used those yet because I haven't gotten it.
I don't know what those are yet, so I haven't really gone into it.
Yeah, just look into it. It's really simple. Simply complicated because there's two separate currencies, but you'll get the hang of it because, like I said, one is by just buying digitally, and the other is just by fulfilling missions that are for free. You know, so the more you hang out in this whole My Nintendo ecosystem, in theory, the more you hang out in there, the more you'll get free stuff. So it's a neat feature which they can only go up from here.
Right.
It's at the ground level, really simple. Not too. I can't say it's too enticing because those things aren't that great. But it's a great start to what can be pretty damn cool, and what's essentially free, you know, until you start buying the games. But it's a cool little system that they finally opened after waiting so long. So I'm glad for that. You haven't seen much of it, so you can't really say much. Lucky, what's Nintendo to you? You don't know. So I'm excited for these things, and yeah, cool. Well, that ends our whole discussion segment. Before we do go, did you guys play any new games this week?
I did not.
Josh.
I did. Well, it was actually last week on Saturday. I've never played Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
X.
Oh, yeah.
So that's one of the games I played. And I just played Call of Duty. I haven't played it in a while on my system.
Okay.
So I got back into it.
Okay. Well, I had quite a bit to say about this, but that music means we have to go. But I did actually play a lot of old games. Child of Light, Stick of Truth, Angry Video Game Nerd 2, great game. Miitomo Super Challenge, great game. So much stuff, but I can't talk about it now because we gotta go. So anyways, this has been another episode of The Sunday Fix. Thank you guys for listening, those who are. If you want to find Mr. Josh.
If you want, before I say that, the artist for today is Beethoven Boy. The song is Super Mario Land, the Pharaoh theme.
Great song.
And the album is called Game Over. And if you want to find me, you can find me on PlayStation, Google, etc., etc. It's all the same. It's Drummer Dude 33. Dude is DOOD.
Sorry, I have to pee. Lucky, where can we find you?
Xbox Live, Darkers33, DARKESS33.
All right, and look for me on Twitter. That's where I'll give you all the more information. I'm Estebam2190. Estebam2190. We'll be back next week, guys. Thank you for listening. Stick around.